I'm Shelton Wilder, and welcome to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, where each episode follows an entrepreneur's journey into the transformative power of that light bulb moment where everything clicks. I call that the click. Those pivotal points that redefine our futures, illuminate paths to success, and even change the world. Now let's get wilder. Oh my gosh, we're live.
You can go live if you want.
Okay. Oh no, we're good. She's like, what? No. Okay. Are we ready? Natalie, do I look okay?
Yes. You look perfect.
Okay.
As always.
Well, I got my Capitol dress on.
One more thing, Shelton.
Okay, one more thing. Well, this one's been the longest
Oh,
with me.
that's
Grant.
amazing. Really?
He just had a baby,
Oh,
James.
that's wow.
Cutest.
How old is he? Oh.
Okay, wait, before we start, I have to show you a picture after we're done.
Yeah.
He's 6'9", his wife's 4'9".
Well, my mom's 5'2".
Yeah. So it's like,
Well, my mom just died. She was 4'11".
What?
Yes.
no.
Yeah, she died in March. Yeah.
Laura, stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry, I'm messing you up.
I didn't know that.
You know what? I thought you did. You texted me right then. You did.
Oh, but like,
Yeah. I know, it was awful. It is awful. I know you know.
yeah, it's awful.
I know.
I think that's what the birds are.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
And I feel like, it's one thing that's been
but
really.
what happened?
She's been sick for a couple of years. She has
yeah.
multiple myeloma, and she, I guess March 6th died. But my brother, my sister, my dad, and I were together with her for the last 2 weeks, and Rich, my brother, administered end of life, and we didn't have she had her own personal nurse that she'd had, but we didn't have a nurse. I mean, nobody from the outside, and she died in her bed, and me holding her, and it was incredible, and it was horrible, but it was really like a holy, amazing moment and experience.
You guys did like the
We did, yeah,
death
Rich,
doula, like thing.
yeah,
like,
we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I messed up your makeup.
What? No, I don't care. Why did I not?
Well, she loves you. She asks me about you all the time.
That's so nice. How's your dad?
He's awful. I mean, yeah. I'm going tomorrow to Arizona. Rich has a ranch and outside of Tucson, and my sister and my dad are meeting me there and meeting Rich. And so, but he's awful. I mean, it sucks.
It was like 50 years.
59.
Only 59. Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
No, that's like.
But one thing that has been really interesting about it is that I think you don't realize what a poor job you did supporting other people until it happens to you. It's
No.
like one of those really like you don't know till you know.
Yeah.
And really like one of the things that really flooded me was like, wow, I can't believe I wasn't a better friend to you or to
No, but you don't really know. And then
know.
mine is opposite. Because like after my mom died and people I was just like, I don't do great with death. So I kind of just, I think I blacked it out. I think I saw it. And look at me. I'm like, really didn't know. And I texted you.
Yeah.
Like that's a blackout.
You texted me like the day before and said something like, I love you or, something. And so I figured you knew, but I didn't. But I didn't, I didn't post anything on social media.
Yeah. I'm an idiot.
No, you're not.
Oh my God. But you just.
But it's really interesting. I was telling somebody last night. I know this is a podcast about working and breakthroughs, and one of the things that was so interesting to me was that I wrote my mom's obituary, and I also did the eulogy. And my mom, she was on like 57 boards. She went back to school and got her master's in adult education. She was a teacher. She worked her whole life, and a lot of her friends had no idea she worked. And it's such it's so interesting. I mean, we come from the same culture. I don't know if mom, and I know mom didn't talk about it. Like she would go play bridge. She didn't do it during the day, but she would play bridge.
Yeah.
Or, whatever, rarely. But if she did, but I don't think she came in and said like, here's what I did at work today, And so I think she just was, lovely and, the way one is. And I think, but I can't tell you how many people said, oh, I had no idea your mother did all these things. And I was like, yeah, I mean, she had a really full life.
Full life.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we come from a place where most people don't work. I mean, I didn't grow up with, they talk about expanders. Like, how did you know that this was a possibility for you in your life? I didn't have anybody. I mean, other than my mom, I didn't want to go into education like she did.
Yeah.
I didn't know working women.
Yeah.
And so I think that the fact that you're doing what you do is extraordinary, really, because I know that you grew up the same way I did. I mean, you just never saw that. You never saw a professional woman and what that meant.
No, I saw you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think that that gives me chills because I think that that is a little of it. I think we all, know, it's working together, we inspire each other. And
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it'll be your most real podcast.
Oh my gosh. Yes. And this is all going.
We're rolling, Susan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where you want me to start?
Yeah.
This has started.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay. Well, we're started.
Another thing too that I think that I think that I instilled in you. I know that I did, but my mom's parents died when she was really young. Sorry, didn't mean to touch my. My mom's parents died when she was young, early 20s, and so she was financially independent from then on. And so I never in my life had to ask my dad for anything, and she never had to ask my dad for anything. And so if I wanted to study abroad or, do some course in France for the summer when I was 16, which all sorts of things I did, it was never like a family discussion. It was sort of like, hey, Mom, this is something I want to do. And she would say, sure, great. And it was so clear to me. I mean, it was never talked about, but that financial independence was so clear to me at a young age that was something that was very important to me. And I know that about you. I know that about you. I mean, you're a child of divorce.
Yes.
So I think you saw that firsthand too.
Oh, yes. I mean, the fights over the Amex bill.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to have, no, I don't want to have that.
Shelton, you started to work with me when you were like 17.
Yeah. Oh, so.
But you had that then. I mean, I think that it's really interesting because I saw that in you as a young person.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would always be like, what can I do now?
Yeah.
So then I can get, and you're like, okay, well.
Should I tell the story about when we first met?
Okay, we have to tell this. Okay, well, yes. Okay.
So I had maybe one or two employees. I mean, it was an 800 square feet.
It was
a very
tiny,
small
yeah.
store, and your mom was a client of mine, and you came in with her one day. And,
yeah.
I think I don't even know if you asked me. I think your mom said, any chance you're hiring, weekend help or part-time help?
Yeah.
And I was
for the summer.
I was like, I don't remember what I mean. I said, yeah, I'd be open to it. I was like, okay, and I think I asked your experience and said, Benetton, which is the world's best experience.
That was
because you can fold.
The folding,
and it's like the most OCD job of all time. And you said, we sort of, I mean, it's so hilarious because I don't know that I've ever hired, Wiggy I hired that way too, but I don't know that I've ever hired anybody since. It was just kind of like, yeah, okay, you can work. Not like doing the rest
you
of
were literally like that. You're like, okay, maybe, yeah.
And then Shelton, you left.
Yes.
You walked out with your mom and you're like, okay, I'll see you next Saturday. And then 2 minutes later, you came back in the door and you were like, can I just start today?
I walked out and I said to my mom, I was like, Mom, there's some really beautiful clothes in there and they're not folded. And it stressed me a little bit. So do you think she would mind if I started today? And she's like, go ask her.
And then you just stayed the rest of the day and just started folding.
Silent folder. You can't imagine. But I did.
I can't. It's hard to imagine, but yes.
I listened to every word you said.
You did.
I was like...
Who knows what I was saying?
No, you were so smart. You knew all the designers. I was like, I have to learn and I have to be so knowledgeable. Like you.
Yeah. Well, I don't...
I mean, it was like that.
You were the most incredible... I shouldn't even call you an employee because you came and you took over the business. I was your employee by the end.
No, I loved it. I mean, it was so great.
Yeah.
We were together like 8 years.
Yeah, we were together.
I know. This is my big sister. She's the only one that anybody could ever say is actually like my big sister. Because even if I'm younger than people, I act like everybody's big sister. But not you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. And so.
But you're extraordinary. You always have been.
Well, what about you?
No,
You're yes. Okay. So then this is where I wanted to say, like, how you, I mean, we're talking about your background and where, like, our whole thing here is, where did you get the click, or like the wanting to own your store? And
I mean, that's not
great. I mean, but you don't just own a store.
Yeah.
You own an iconic
I don't know.
An iconic destination. Like I just tell everybody it's the best store in the world. I tell everybody.
Well, you know,
it is.
It's the biggest compliment in the world, but also, like, there are not that many great stores. I kind of feel like I think it's such a hard business, and I think that store, you know, like, people are like, this, I'm not doing this anymore. 10 years I'm out, you know.
It's so hard. And 27 years.
27 years.
That is like I mean, but now 2 locations too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and a men's store.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would say my click, actually, it was not about opening a store. I would say, actually, my click was interesting. My click was probably 10 years in.
Yeah. Your click was 10 years in?
Yeah. Yeah, my click was 10 years in, because I love fashion, but I wasn't like, I'm not a fashion person. I mean, I love people.
And you are brilliant. You love to study. Like, you would just sit and you would read every single article about, like, you are the most knowledgeable person in fashion. I think you're the most knowledgeable person.
I read a lot, and my dad always was saying, like, how do you know this? I'm like, I really don't know. Just like, it's all I want to consume, I guess, and learn about is designers' processes and just all the things. But so I was moving home. My husband was going to school in Charlotte, to graduate school. And I'd been gone since I was 16, and thought, like, I never want to go back there again. So, I'm down.
And your dad was?
My dad was a mayor growing up.
Yeah.
And, ran for governor. And so, it was a different town when I left, I guess.
Yeah.
And so when I got back, when I got back, I realized there was really nowhere to shop, and it wasn't about me being like, oh, like, I know so much about fashion, I'm so stylish, I can bring it to you. It was more like, I can help people, because I understand their conundrums. You know that the Bank of America is based in Charlotte.
Yes,
and
we know. That was our people.
Yeah, and so these women were traveling all over the world for conferences and meetings and things, and they were having to shop in New York. And I thought, this is a big enough city that we can support this. Excuse me. And so that was why I opened, and it was really 800 square feet, this tiny little store.
But it was so every piece was so special.
It was all hand-picked.
Every piece, and I was like, I'm gonna make sure it's folded so perfectly.
Yes, you did. And I think probably a lot of it because of you, but it was successful from the start. I mean, from the minute I opened, it was really successful. And I'm an art major. I mean, I'm a painter. I don't know anything about business. I don't know anything about accounting.
Well, you did. You intuitively knew about business stuff.
No, well,
you did.
It's just a basic human intelligence thing, I think. Yeah. I mean, it's a service business, and so
service.
Yeah. So I think I knew that, but that 10 years was really successful without trying, almost. Like, it was sort of like, okay, I guess this is really working. Didn't really know what I was doing. Didn't know why it was working, but we went with it, and we doubled, tripled, quadrupled.
Oh my God, it was
crazy.
It was.
Yeah.
It really was great.
And so I think the moment that clicked for me actually was the moment we almost went out of business. So 2008 happened, and we really almost went out of business. I mean, completely. Again, Bank of America is based there.
Yes.
So all of my clients were Wachovia, First Union, Bank. It was devastating. And not that they. It wasn't even just that they couldn't. I mean, they could still afford to shop with me, but also you didn't want to be seen shopping. You didn't want to show up to events in some, sequined outfit,
fancy. Yeah.
And as what usually happens in bust and booms, on the way to a bust is a boom. And so, it was like out of control. Like everything was that. Boots. It was.
The outfits we used to put everyone in. It was like the Valentino sequin jackets and the when we would go to New York and pick out all the I mean, it was.
People still ask about you too.
It was. It was just fun. We had so much fun.
But so it was a real bust, major bust. Yeah. And I again, I'm an art major. I didn't go to business school. And I thought, I don't know if I can do this because I really don't know what I'm doing. And I don't know why this has worked for 10 years. And I definitely don't have the capacity to get us out of this because I didn't go to business school. I don't know any, Yeah. And so my team got together, a small team that, is either still with me or still best friends with me because when you go through trauma together, you're
you're trauma bound. Yeah. And so, Nicole.
Yeah. The
whole time.
Catherine. Yeah. Ruth. I mean, it was so anyway, so we figured out the three things that made us important or made our business important. What are the three things that we do better and more, different from everybody else on the planet. And we really identified them. We really knew what they were. And it's service. Yeah. And the best service in the world. We'll pack you for a trip. We'll, make reservations for you. We'll tell you. Oh,
you're like it's like a constant. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
It was the best edit. That I travel. I mean, I'm on the road 4 months out of the year, traveling to Europe, and Antwerp, Paris, Milan, New York, and that we're seeing of hundreds of collections, and within those hundreds of pieces, and we're choosing the 5 that we think really relate to our clients' lives,
and way more special color, interesting. Whereas what you would see in New York, that's what because we would travel, we would go to New York and pick out all the pieces, and we would pick them for the client. Yeah, we would put their name on it.
So-and-so's making her debut this year. The mother just got divorced. She's going to have to be there with the new wife. Oh,
and it was. They would all have the name. Okay, she's a 6. We can't get a 4 because then that'll be for that they'll want that. Yeah. Very detailed.
Yes, and I think, and that's why when you go to stores, but really department stores now, why they feel so soulless, is that they don't really do that anymore. They just sort of say we'll take the whole collection, and it's shop and shop or whatever. It's a concession that the designer does all their stuff, and they don't. The store doesn't even say this is our perspective. This is what we think is the best. Of this collection and what is relevant to you. So anyway, that's a really big part of it. And then the third thing was Perry, that he built, I think, the most beautiful stores in the world. So
the store, and always in the front of the store, it was an art installation. Yes, every 2 months.
The furniture's all real from our house. Yeah, and, so those are the three things, and we just and then I guess really the fourth thing was that we really leaned into. At that point, I'd had 10-year relationships with all of these designers and clients and my team, but the designers that we owed millions of dollars to. We built a new store, and we owed millions of dollars, and so we called every single designer and said we can pay you $100 a week. It was. I mean, and it was, it was and everybody was devastated in the industry, just in general. Yeah. 2008, 2009.
Well, it was not and I went bankrupt in 2009. Right. Full bankruptcy, right. $500,000 out, done. Right. But it's not we were the Lone Ranger. It's not we were just it was a booming time, and then you're going bankrupt. It's not you go bankrupt in 2005. Yeah. It was 2009. Yeah. I mean, it was a disaster. Yeah.
2009 to 12, really.
Yeah. It was well. Yeah. Well, okay, I mean,
but we said I think the thing that and it really is also the way you and I were raised. I think that in so many things in business and life, I think come back to that is being a woman of my word and saying I am going to pay you $150 a week for the next 3 years, and we will pay off this bill. But please let us do that because we can't. I mean, there's no other way. And we did what we said we were going to do. And wow. And I still have relationships with every single designer. And I think so many people,
because you picked up the phone, you called them. That's all it is. Even with even when it comes to any a late credit, anything. If you call, and you tell somebody, then they're like, well,
Yeah, this is a human.
yeah, we're okay. Well, thanks for calling me. The ghosting.
Yeah, I mean, it's about being in relationship with somebody.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And they wanted to stay in your store, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think so many stores were going out of business too.
They were like,
they
well,
were like, well, this is our one chance. But a lot of people did give up, and I think that so that was my moment, that 10 years in, because I really felt like that was when I decided I was a fighter, and that I was not a flighter.
No, you did it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, and so consequently, the pandemic, I was like, whatever. Like, it was so not a thing, you know?
Yeah, compared to that, because you had been through the cycles. You're just like, well.
And I was, and pandemic, I was turning 50, and so, but I had this young team in their 20s, and I think that part was really interesting because I didn't realize they hadn't even been alive for September 11th, you know?
Oh my God, yeah.
And so they were so scared, and so they had a it was the first time I realized experience and my age,
yes,
like that, and how helpful that was.
Yeah.
And how thankful and grateful I was that I'd gone through that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you're just like, well, and then you opened up. You had almost just opened up Brentwood.
Mm-hmm.
1 year.
1 year. That was not ideal. but also
because you opened in the best location. I mean, the country market. I mean, we talk about the country market every week. I'm there 5 days a week, like the mayor. You know, it's like how it was at Philip's Place. Though. Remember the original? You're like, hey, copy. I'll see you later. Hey, Zaza, thanks for my table at Farm Shop.
But in a weird way, I actually feel like, and maybe that 2008 experience, and
that saved you.
But maybe knowing that great things come out of bad helped me too, because in the pandemic, I really realized we had an opportunity to have real relationships with clients.
Yeah.
And so, because you had one-on-one appointments and...
and you dropped the stuff at the house.
Yeah.
Like that's all that stuff, different things.
And way less noise. And so I do think, oddly, we came out of the pandemic way stronger here than we would have been if we just had a normal opening and been there for 4 years, you know?
Oh, yeah.
We have deep relationships with people.
Yeah. They're like...
And I think, and you know that, I think that that's something that we believe together.
We've always done that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like for me, and I'm an extrovert, but I it's not worth doing a job with people you don't love, clients and team, you know, all of it.
Clients and team.
Yeah. That you have to love the people you work with. You have to fire some people. I mean, employees, but also clients.
Yes, we do.
You do, and we did together. Yeah, we have done that. We did that in our day. Yeah. No, I think that it's you don't realize when you go into a field that you should really think about, like, how are you going to spend your day and who are you spending your time with? Yeah. Because we opened a store ages, 20 some years ago in the midst of it. I'm not going to say what the store was. We opened it, and it was open maybe a year. And I did not care for the client at all. I mean, I didn't, because it was a very disloyal client. Yeah. It was a transactional client. They wanted this one thing, and if I didn't have it,
then they'll just go grab it.
And they were like, forget you, and bunch of else. And I was kind of like, oh, but we also have this. We thought this was really beautiful. And they'd be like, no, I'm looking for this. And you're like, all right. Yeah. And I don't know how to have a relationship like that. Yeah. So that was really clear. I mean, I was just like, I don't care if this doesn't work, because it's not how I want to spend my time.
Oh my, yeah. Well, that's what I am so proud of you guys for creating in LA, because it's not loyal like Charlotte. You know, but I think what you guys brought here, created the loyalty.
It must have.
It is, because there's a lot. I mean, you can always find the people that are, of course, loyal. Your people, like our tribe. Yes, but that's a feat.
Well, I have to say, I mean, people in LA, people in Brentwood I've never had a more gracious and warm and thoughtful and kind, and like every single person that comes in says, "Oh my gosh, this is my favorite store. I'm so happy when I come here." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, really? Thank you so much." I don't really hear that so much at home because we've been there for 27 years.
I know, but Yeah. But
so that's really nice.
Created that environment because you have the couch and I mean.
Well, I think also
we would spend. I mean, people just come in. They drop their kids off, and they would just come in the store.
Yeah, they would.
And I would just go to Dean DeLuca and bring them their coffee, and we would just sit and hang, and then after an hour they'd be like, "Oh, maybe I should see that dress over there." I was like, "Sure." It was like really relaxed. It was so. We laughed so. I've never laughed so much.
We had so much fun.
Yeah. I know.
It's a fun business, and I think it's it's a fun business because you really. My dad was a politician. My brother's a doctor. My sister's in education.
I just love your family.
Oh, they're lovely. And my mom was an educator, and so I always felt like why I don't have what they have. You know, they're serving the world. They're doing these amazing altruistic things. You know, like and that was a moment for me too. And I don't know how far along it was, 5 or 10 years in. It definitely was when we were together that I realized that this is service.
We are being a service, big time,
and just making people feel beautiful and confident and all those things.
Like a coming out.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, one of us. You know mine. It was like it was like a transformation. It felt so good. It was
debut.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was like, well, we're just gonna create pretend like they're 55-year-olds going to prom. Like that's fun. That was fun as shit. I was like, let's give some people something to look forward to. I don't know. But I love experiences like that. Like we did that together. I didn't know about that.
Really?
There was so much I didn't know until I was with you. All of the events.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah, we met incredible people, didn't we?
Yes, they would come in. We would host these events. We would have this amazing food, drinks for everybody, and they would just. Yeah, I mean,
but I think Shelton. I think like attracts like, and I think somebody was asking me last night have you had tough clients or in Brentwood? And I just said, I really don't know of any. And I think that like attracts like, and I think people aren't mean, when you're not mean.
When you're not mean, then people aren't. Yeah.
And the thing that struck me always about having those events was that the designers always would say, I have never been in a place like this where I think that people are so open to listen and learn and meet someone new, and they're not jaded. And
I know.
And I do think that's a little bit of a community that we created.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then also the environment that you have there, where it's not like this, where the girls are competing.
Yes,
that was really important.
Yes,
that we
very
started like that.
Yeah,
because it was always. Remember, we'd run around the store and be like, go! We had to get to the we all had to get to the goal.
Yeah,
it wasn't just I am better than you, and that doesn't feel good.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, I mean, team dynamics are challenging, and if you're not used to working on a team, it can be really hard. We work with a coach.
Yes, she's amazing.
Yeah, we've got a leadership coach that we.
Yeah, I met her one time. I just cried the whole time. I was like, so sorry about that. She just had such a good.
Oh, she's spectacular.
Yeah.
So I think that that's really important.
You've worked so hard, though. You really grow, but you brought in
been
great
able
people.
to.
Yeah,
lucky to be able to.
That 27 years.
Yeah, no, I think what you're saying. Yes, I think in that I have worked to change the dynamic, I guess, where I'm from, because I think that I have amazing parents, but I don't know how much they expected of me in my life. Other than maybe getting married. I don't know. I hate to say that.
Yeah.
My mom's probably turning in her grave furious at me, but there was...
My mom's like, that's right.
There was that. And so I think that's been my biggest challenge is changing people's thought process that they could be able to have a family and also have a career that is important to them.
Of course. Yeah. We can do all the things.
Yeah. But I mean, that's not, I don't think everywhere has that in their culture. And I think it's changing.
Well, in the South, it was really different.
Really different.
And so for me too, I just was like, well, I have to just try LA. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
was really sad.
But it was really awesome.
But it was good. I mean, I had to come crash
think of all you've done.
I had to come crash and burn and then, do some other stuff. And now we're here. And now, it's so fun to be with you. But I just learned so much. I mean,
Well, I did too.
We grew up.
You taught me everything.
Well, no, we grew up really
together. We did. Yeah. We built that business together.
Yeah. But, what it is now. It is so special. I mean, there's nothing else like it.
I hope so. I mean, why would you not want to create something spectacular and amazing and special? I mean, that's, we have one life.
I know. But the other thing too, with the girls, that I have an all-female team. Yeah. And Grant comes along for videos. Love him. But with the female team, like that, I don't put them in competition with each other. It's not like that. Yeah. Like, it's not like, oh, well, so-and-so sold this. It's never, we don't do, no, it's like.
Did you worked at Benetton, but did you work anywhere after me in a team environment where it was different?
Oh,
or did you just start your own business?
No, and then all the own business, yeah. Oh, interesting. And then just like trying to go, oh, what did I learn here? Like, what can I do right? Like, I've got to bring it back. Yeah. To those same principles.
Do you have it written down? Do you have your mission statement?
The mission statement. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I do all the goals. I have a guide box. I have all the
things. How often do you look at it and review it and say, like, am I doing this every day?
I don't do it enough.
Yeah.
Do you do it?
I do it, but I don't do it enough either.
Well, do you do it with your role?
We have new employees, and so you get the handbook, and it is, I review it, and we talk, but
it's good to review.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. And some of them I think I would change a little now, but maybe I will. But
I know. Maybe
I would say I'm 52. I think turning 50 was a really, a real curve for me too. Yeah. And having breast cancer.
I know you went through.
Yeah. During the pandemic. Well, kind of, not really the end of the pandemic, I guess. It was I have a different feeling about work. I have definitely a different appreciation for it. And almost, all of the women that have children that go on maternity leave, who work with me, I always say, like, don't tell me when you're coming back, because I don't know that you don't know. You never know until you're in it. Yeah. And invariably they're like, please, can I come back?
Oh yeah.
But I did the same thing for me when I had my double mastectomy, that I said, I don't even know if I'm ever going to want to work again. I don't know. Because I had I didn't, like, while it was 4 months solid of doing nothing. Like, I didn't read, I didn't draw, I didn't watch television. Yeah. I watched gardening shows, but I really did nothing. Yeah. I was sort of like, it was so odd. I think while you're healing your body. Yeah.
Did you talk to some of those friends though? You said that you had some special friends that had gone through it that you connected with.
Yeah. And that's one of the most amazing things about double mastectomy. I think cancer probably in general, but for some reason, double mastectomy, because it's a women's disease, I guess. Yeah. I mean, not, but mostly. You get really close to friends of friends, and then you get the best advice and the best support from friends of friends. Yeah. And everybody has a friend who's had it, and everybody has different treatments and all different processes. But it's such an interesting thing, because you get really rich, loving, serious support. Like, I've got friends all over the world. Yeah. That, people said, oh, my friend, Janine just had one. Let me contact. And then they would text and you would call, and it's like some random person that you'll never see and you'll never see. Yeah.
But that's like sobriety too, because when you have that thing in common, that you're like, I mean,
that's so true. Yeah. But so I gave myself, so I said the same thing to myself that I say to the team when they are going on maternity leave. Like, I don't even know if I want to come back. And there was something happened to me when I was healed, that I just was like, oh, this is really, I really do want to do this. 25 years in, I love this so much. And there's a reason I've worked to this point.
Like, you've created.
Yeah. And I do different things now. I think I'm more, I'm definitely not as, micromanaging way. And I've always been a team and power.
You always like that. You were just like, go ahead.
Well, I've always hired people better than me. You were. I mean, and you're the greatest example. You're the greatest folder. No, but you were the best. You were. I mean, seriously, you were the best salesperson on the earth. And that was like that is something that I knew early on to do.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard for people to do because of ego.
I know.
But I can tell you now, always, and I would tell you then, like, you're 1,000 pounds better salesperson than I am. And so when clients would say, like, I want to work with you, I'm like, honestly, you really want to work with Shelton. Shelton is the person you want to work with, trust me.
I would hunt everything. Well, no,
But I think you want people to have control of their own day and their
that's why I'm like,
I don't want to
free.
Yeah,
you guys.
You can be as great as you want to be, as successful and as.
But my thing I always say is, I know my weaknesses. I don't want to work on my weaknesses. I don't care. Like I want to hire for those. I'm terrible at my weaknesses. Perfect. Someone else, please help me with those. I want to just get better.
Yeah.
My strengths, right? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. That's hilarious.
That's my answer. That's my answer. Oh, no, somebody's trying to, get out your laptop. No thanks. No, I don't want to do that. Thank you.
Well, yeah. I mean, in a business, it also could be a real danger. You know, you need a great accountant.
Yeah. Well, I got them all. Everybody's in place. It's a great business, but it's like, I don't know. We'll check up, but like not.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting though. I've never thought about that. I'll think more about
Think on that.
I will.
I mean, that was at 45. That's what I've come up with.
I can't believe you're 45. I think you're 20.
Yeah, almost. I know. Well, you're like.
You look like you are.
But no, you're just like 5 years older or something, right?
Yeah, I'm 52.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
7.
But
it feels like it's so funny.
Same thing.
Well, because I knew you when you were 17.
How did we start? We were like babies.
Yeah.
We were doing big stuff. It was fun. Oh my gosh.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you. Yeah. I feel like you're gonna. How long do you think you'll have? Oh, okay.
How long in my life? How long am I going to live?
No, like 100. But you're going to keep us going. You have to keep this going.
Yeah, I don't think Fifi. And my 19-year-old daughter, I think, has zero interest. But I have such an incredible team who loves it, and
they love it.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I have people that've been with me for 20 years.
Yeah. Well, I love and everybody. They're amazing. I go in just to like. Say hey and grab a water and like just hang out. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Oh, and then we talked about the click, and then my other question, because I only asked 2.
Okay.
Is what makes you feel home? What does home mean to you? But we were talking about it when you came, because this is at my home.
Well, but actually, it's funny you say that because home is it's nature, it's gardens.
Oh yeah,
I'm just garden. Yeah. Crazy, but
because you have a double lot.
Yeah.
So you created. You told me a few years ago. You said, "I'm just going to create living rooms outside."
Yeah.
There's spaces.
Yeah, and I lived in a mid-century house from 1959. First,
I remember when you got it.
Yeah. First steel framed residential structure in North Carolina. And my husband's an architect.
Yeah.
And
he's amazing.
So so we're opening stores, running businesses, and so I never touched the garden since I lived there. And during mastectomy, that is one thing I did.
Yes.
Start to plant the garden. Yeah. And so one section at a time, I've been ripping it out and putting it in, and it has been so much fun. And the day I got here, I went straight to the Huntington Library.
Yes, I saw. You have the best post. Oh my gosh, you have to follow her. She has the most aesthetic, beautiful photos. Yeah,
but that's what. But it's so funny, and I think also after my mom died too. Like it's so. All I want to do is be in a garden. That's it.
Oh,
so that makes me feel home. So you can, and I travel so much for work and all over, and I've always done that, and I didn't really verbalize it, or I guess know that that's what I was doing. But I do it everywhere I go.
You mean
when I land in Antwerp, I stay at a hotel right next to the botanical garden.
Oh, and
like I just, it's just something that makes.
But you were always
does ground me.
You were always flower obsessed.
Was I?
Oh, always. We always had to have fresh flowers.
Yeah.
In the store.
Yeah, and I don't like a mix.
No, it's only one. I know. I still do it. I was like, I learned that from Laura, from the Queen.
Every once in a while you'll see it, makes you like, it's kind of cool, and you're like, no, I hate it.
You're like, yeah, it would be like all peonies together.
Yeah. And I'll do several things, but
all together, and then but the clumps together, and they're very. I know. You still have that. Yeah. Oh, that's what makes you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you love your home, but then now building the garden.
Yes, and I think in coming to your house today, I felt like I was home, you know?
Well, it's the tree house. So.
Yeah.
Well, it's nature.
So special, yeah.
Thanks. But it's yeah.
But I think you know.
But I like mid-century, I think, because of you.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. We do love it together.
Yeah.
Because we would see things together in our travels. And,
I know. A lot. Yeah. Well, you showed me all that stuff.
Yeah.
You took me to Iris Epfel.
Oh.
When she died, I was like, what the heck?
I know.
I'm going to be like her. 102.
102.
Yeah, 102. Selling real estate.
Yeah.
Got my walker. Like, let's go.
But I think you do something similar with what we do in making people feel confident and beautiful. And I think finding people their place is so important and so rare to find the right one. And you know it when you know it.
Well, I said that all my training is really what got me here, because seeing someone naked in their closet is extremely intimate. And also seeing someone's home is extremely intimate. It's the same thing. It's like you're seeing someone's home and I'm like, you know, you have to be sensitive, not like this sucks. We gotta get it.
Well,
you have to be
the
sensitive.
combination of the two, cleaning somebody's closet is the most intimate.
Oh,
and it's
my God,
crazy. I did it recently for myself. It is so upsetting. It is so humiliating. Like you go through things and you're like, who did I think I was?
Oh my God, what was I doing?
Yes, who was I?
Oh,
it's crazy.
And you embarrass yourself.
Yes, you do. You got to do it often, because you don't want this. You don't want a long moment of that. You kind of got to keep on culling.
Keep it getting out. I know, but all my Capital clothes are all like,
oh, so beautiful.
Like just
you wear them.
Theirs are all just my I have like a special corner. Oh my God.
But I think that's something we always did too.
Yes.
That and I have people still come to me all the time like, oh my gosh, I have that Susan Lazar's suit I bought from you 27 years ago.
Yeah, that I wear. Yeah, I know. I still have stuff from 20-something years ago. And I'm like, oh, nope, these are my boots.
They're still,
they still work. There's,
so funny.
Oh my God, it's so true. Like that, timeless, but.
We had fun together.
Yeah.
But it's for me, it's such an incredible joy to watch you be successful and also to be such a close friend of yours. It's such a, I don't know that people do that either always in their life. And so I'm very grateful for that and really, really proud of you.
Yeah. Well, I'm so proud. I'm so happy that we have this special. Yeah. I mean, we have this special thing forever.
Yeah, we have.
I know.
I'm proud of you. Love you.
Love you. Proud of you. Okay. And all the everything. Okay, well, forever.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you, Shelton. Thanks for having me.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us on this emotional journey of Love Fest.
She's a human.
I'm very human. I know people don't think that. They're like, I'm so stressed watching all the things you do. I'm like, well, I don't know.
She cries too.
Okay. I cry a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too so much.
Okay. Bye, guys. I'm Shelton Wilder, and welcome to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, where each episode follows an entrepreneur's journey into the transformative power of that light bulb moment where everything clicks. I call that the click. Those pivotal points that redefine our futures, illuminate paths to success, and even change the world. Now let's get wilder.